Hey there, Stitchy friends, my Stitchy sisters and Stitchy misters. Welcome back. This is Heidi. Les Petits Mouth Stitches. Everything sounds better when you fake a French accent, right? Anyways, I'm in a weird mood today. You're going to have to bear with me. I've recently discovered, as you get older, most of you can relate, but not all of you yet. Everything your parents warned you about, yeah, it's coming true. This week, I've been using readers for a couple years now, but some days you have better days than others. And this week, my eyes have gone completely to hell. So I had to get my readers out and clean them off so I can even have half a clue of seeing even the camera that is, 18 inches from my face. Still can't see it. Even back here. Still blind, no matter what. So yeah, all those years listening to mom and dad, especially dad, bitch and complain because he couldn't see anything anymore. And I just thought, gee, it can't be that bad. Yeah, it is. It's a freaking nightmare. Good God. so if you see me doing this a lot, because I am stone cold blind today, and I won't be able to tell if it's blurry or not. So I apologize in advance. But anyways, it's all coming true. I'm 52, for God's sake. I like watching the birds. I feed the birds. It's everything they say about getting older, it happens. I don't get it. So I guess just accept it gracefully and move on, right? It's certainly not the worst thing to do. Anyways, thank you so much. My whip parade was a lot of fun seeing all the comments, a lot of new viewers, an incredible amount of new subscribers. Thank you so much if you tuned in and you thought it was worth watching, and bless you for hanging on and dealing with my crazy and coming back. I appreciate it. I had some amazing shout outs, and I want to mention and thank those people, especially the ones that most of you will have heard of before are the Bougie Sisters. It was kind of interesting because I was just sitting here stitching one night, and I just kind of let it play. It just goes to the next one, and their newest video had just started playing. It was just past their intro. They're like, "Are we on? Are we on?" You know how it is. And then I get an alert on my phone, and someone had left me a message on my last video saying, "Hey, the Bougie Sisters just shouted you out, so I figured I'd check you out. Loved your video, yada yada. Thank you so much." So I was like, "What?" So you can imagine my surprise. So as I sat there and watched the video, and Jen gave me the shout out towards the end, and it was really, really kind. Very, very nice. I've always enjoyed watching them. Again, I'm fairly new to Flosstube, and these ladies have been around for a while, meaning on Flosstube. and they're a lot of fun. So if you haven't already seen Jen and Nancy, the Bougie Sisters, by all means, go check them out. They're fun to watch. Another one was CCL Stitches. CCL stands for Crazy Cat Lady. And she's new. She's a new Flosstuber. It's Kylene. I believe she's up in Pennsylvania. She's a lot of fun. She's a nurse. So, we have the same kind of weird sense of humor. So if you find me entertaining, trying to speak, you will, I guarantee you're going to enjoy Kylene. She has a lot of interesting projects too. And got the sniffles today too. Again, I'm falling apart. It's ridiculous. Go check her out. CCL Stitches. And the next one was Afraid Stitch. She's a new Flosstuber as well. Her name's Brandy. I believe she's in Arkansas. And you could tell she was, like we all were, any of us that have done this. I mean, I don't like taking pictures of myself. I've never figured out a selfie to save my life. So doing this and sitting in front of a camera and chit-chatting with anyone was mortifying to me. So I could tell she was pretty well mortified too, but she did it, and she did great. And she has some nice projects. She's very sweet. So like I said, Brandy. Afraid Stitch. 3 words. Go check her out. I think she only has one. I haven't seen her second video up yet. Looks like she has a couple other planning videos that I've not watched because I don't need any more planner addiction nibbles at all. I have enough. So, um, but she had mentioned in her video about the reason why she had mentioned me at all is because she had seen me do this Inspiration by Rosewood Manor, and she she said it's my nemesis. It is. I'm sure I've said all kinds of negative things about this thing because, again, look at it. I mean, my God, it's gorgeous. If you've been here before, you've heard me complain. I love it. It is beautiful. It's just tedious, and I have to find a special place in my heart to work on it. Or, you know, as it comes up on my rotation, and trust me, it's next after my whip goes. It's coming. And the only thing that's new about this, will be new for me on this, is I have not done it stitching in hand yet. So I'm hoping that'll help. It's helped me with all my others, so there's my positive spin on Inspiration for the week. That was another comment I got. Someone said, "Can you explain enhanced stitching to me?" And I'm like, did I say that? When did I say that? And then when I asked her that, she came back and said, maybe in hand. And I'm like, oh, well, not only am I a potty mouth, I'm also a mumbler. So I'm so sorry. I've been accused of that always. And it's true. I do. I mumble. My mouth goes way too fast for my brain. And it comes out as a bad little mumble. So, anyways, in hand stitching, Inspiration. I'm hoping it's a game changer for that one too. Please, Jesus. And I'd like to think I can get that one done this year. But I doubt it. and there's reality. Anyways, so again, those are the thank yous. If you haven't already checked these people out, by all means do so. And thank you so much. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thanks for just the new viewers or just those swinging by. I certainly appreciate it. Moving on. Life update. What's happened since I saw you last? I went back to Ohio. My sister and I are in the process of cleaning out our parents' home, our childhood home. So we went through the attic, the second floor, and the first floor in 3 days. Wow. We also met with the couple that wants to buy the house, and they're so sweet. And they got an almost 1-year-old little girl, and I think they're going to be a great fit. So they'll be moving in the end of March or the beginning of April, and so we are on a deadline. So while we were up there, we tackled one of the first things we set into was all of Mom's craft stuff. I was going to show you some of that, but there's so much of it, I think I'm going to put it on the next one. So on this video, I'm going to do just a basic update. I'm going to show you my whips. I do have one new start, and I wanted to do a kit parade because what I got done at the first part of January was just really kind of going through my stuff here, thinking, you know, I got this new way to put together store my linen, and gee, I have more linen than I thought. Let's put this with some of these projects. So I have a bunch of projects that are mostly kitted. Some of them do have the floss. Others, that's all it's going to take is some floss, and that kind of inspired me to go into the whole new floss storage system that I've gone into. So if you follow me on Instagram, you already have an idea of what's going on with that, but I'll show you here today. And so one thing led to another. So again, I'm going to do a kit parade today. And there's a lot more than I thought, put it that way. So that's the plan for today. Anything else? Yeah, it was, like I said, speaking of the floss parade. Oh, well, I guess I was talking about the mom stuff. Anyways, there's all kinds of goodies. I mean, not only just stuff she had done, but or had worked on. She was active with the senior center. She worked there for years before she retired, and she would still go back when they did craft stuff. So I think a lot of the stuff, or some of the stuff she got was, you know, everybody would kind of bring in their craft stuff and swap amongst themselves, and she would bring home stuff people had started or didn't want to do, whatever. So I think that's where a lot of it came from too. But anyways, in the next video, I'll show you that. But there is one thing that I did want to show you. Sorry, there's some noise coming up. You know, I think that's one of the best things about cross stitch now versus cross stitch when I did it. Who's with me? If I saw this once in Mom's stuff, I saw it 100 times, right? This was the project bag back in the day. I would have 5 of these. You know, here's this project, threw everything in it. That was it. So as I was going through all her stuff, I'm like, project bags sure have come a long way. And I wanted to show you that. So all you young ones out there that always have your, you know, your awesome, gorgeous bags of today, this is what it was back in the day. If you were really high-end, you had you a Ziploc. But anyways, this is it. Didn't want to throw that away without showing how far we've come. Anyways, moving right along. It was Kylene from CCL Stitcher, or Stitches rather, that got me hooked on the Annie's Keepers. So if anyone has seen these before, God bless you. I had not. And I was like, ooh, look at that. So for her, these are some of the finished ones. It was just a different way of storing. This is how she stores all her threads. And they look like this. Right? Right? Aren't they pretty? You can tell they're DMC and they were all abominated because they're all kinky. But they look like this. They're a little floss drop. Get in front of my big old head so it focuses. And then they slide onto this so that you can hold them. Right? So I thought, wow. Because what I've been doing really is, especially with DMC, is I make my own, this isn't DMC, but I make my own little floss drops anyways. And with the DMC, because they were all on bobbins, I would use my little winder, kind of guess at how much black or whatever color I was going to use, wind off 5 to 10 different strings because I like having it a set length to work with, and then put it on my little handmade jinky ones, and I keep that with my project. Like here's a DMC for something or other. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. And then I always have the big one for just the regular floss, and then the little hole was for a partial thread, so I don't have to sit there and figure it out. Mainly when I'm using 2, like 2 over 2 instead of 1. If it's just 1, I just pull one off and don't have to worry about it. But anyways, this, sorry, why is it? Video curse. As soon as you turn the video on, it's also the same with gloves at work. You put gloves on and all of a sudden your nose itches. Anyways, I digress. Squirrel. What really intrigued me about this was A, getting rid of some of the kink as these slowly hang out, and especially with the overdyed threads, the specialty threads. Rattle, rattle, rattle. You know, then you know what you have. And I'm trying to save a little bit of money. I'm trying to be frugal, so I can at least tell myself I'm trying. Instead of, oh, every time I need endive, I just go buy another endive, and then God knows it's always on back order, yada, yada, yada. So this way I can just go, this is the master set. I use my jinky homemade drops, pull off 5, 10 strands, whatever, and I know that if the master set's getting low, I need to order some. So that's my thought into spending the money on the keepers. Stand by. We'll see how it pans out in the future. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it comes with just the little hanging things, and then you can just put them in the regular any hanging file folder box. I'll show you that. I've got so much junk here. Just your basic hanging file folder. That's what they fit. And then you get your little baggie of drops and go to town. It does come with stickers that are just white that you can write whatever you want to write on them. So, you know, I'm tired of seeing my own handwriting. So, of course, I bought stickers for everything. So, like these, that's pretty much what's left of my DMC stickers. And I got them on Etsy. It's like, and they have, you know, everything from just all the variegateds, yada yada. And I got that from Abby Home Trading Inc. on Etsy. There's several other people that have it. That's just the one that was like, seemed to fit what I needed best. There's a local lady here. I think she's out in the Botetourt area, Marcia, whom I've met. Very nice lady. She has an Etsy store called Just Crossing Stitches, and she does beautiful project bags and grime guards for scroll frames and all kinds of stuff. But she also does all the stickers. So, for the big three. So, you know, the classic, the weeks, and the gentle arts. So that's what I used. They're the complete set. Not super expensive, but again, not my handwriting, which I like. So that's Just Crossing Stitches on Etsy and Abby Home Trading Inc. on Etsy. I got the Annie's Keepers itself, or themselves, from Joyful Stitching Store. And she had also just the drops. If you didn't want the whole thing, you can buy all of it separate. Very pleasant, wonderful to work with. Highly recommend them. But that's where all I got on my goodies, and so far I like it. Like I said yesterday, I finally got into the 900s. Check out my Instagram. It's kind of hard to show you, and you appreciate just how much. Sure looks pretty. I'll try to hold it up. There it is. Voila! There's all the pretties. So that's through 900. And I think I only have like, because again, these were my threads, my mom's threads. And a couple years ago, out garage sailing at basically an estate sale, my sister and I split up someone else's mother's huge collection of everything stitching. I got a lot of the Ada that you'll see next week on that. Actually today, because I did get it on my new floss system too. Or not floss system, but my fabric system. So, wow. So that was a lot of floss. Like 12 boxes, 15 boxes. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the before and what I'm at now. Put it that way. It's time consuming, but it'll be worth it. So I've alluded to it. Kind of doing a mix of update and haul. So bear with me here. The I know I had mentioned it on my Instagram. I don't know that I'd shown it to you yet. I think it's Cindy's Adventures in Stitching. I'd seen her video on how she stores her fabric. And so I went on, I followed her advice. I thought that's pretty cool because mine's just in a bag, you know. I got it on Amazon. I forget the exact name, but basically it's just it's not cardstock, more like a cereal box kind of, maybe poster board thickness, you know what I'm saying? And you wrap your linen and such around that. And then it comes with the cool little clips. And you clip it on the board. So I went through the rest of what was left of my linen. And you can see the little clips. Just to keep it relatively organized. And all in one spot. In something plastic. So this is the linen. This is all that Ada. Dear Lord, the Ada. I don't use it much, but doesn't mean I won't now that I've got a bunch of it. And most of it's 14, so that's why it's like, maybe for some smalls. There's a fair amount of 18 and a little bit of 22. So there's that. But for back to this, there's like 100 of these things. I don't know, maybe 300 of these clips. It's like 20 bucks, $21, something like that. So I like it. And again, you can keep it in one of these totes. I think it's the 27 quart size, the taller but kind of narrow kind. I like it so far because, again, you know, I have just an armoire over here, and one side of it was stitchy stuff, and between the 15 boxes of floss keeper thingies and whatnot, it was getting a little much. So I'm like, well, if I put those in plastic, I can stack those in the closet, and it's a lot easier. So, again, that's this year's plan. Stand by. Next year it can be totally different because I see something else that's shiny, and off I go. So there's that. On to fun stitchy stuff now. I did have a new start. It's the start I warned you about. I've been working on it for a while. A bunch of other people are too. Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. I mean, I love all of her stuff. And of course, all this fun stuff coming out for market here next month. And she's been showing, or at least she may have shown the whole thing yet. I've not checked out her Flosstube, but just the sneak peeks of whatever her big sampler is coming out. It's beautiful. There's Let Love Rain. I'm doing it a little bit darker. I haven't decided if I super like it as much because the yellow doesn't pop as much. But I don't dislike it enough that I would consider restarting it. We'll put it that way. You tell me. What do you think? I mean, it's beautiful. But is it going to pop as much as this one? You know? I was stupid enough to close it. So, we'll see. It's been fun to stitch so far. Very pretty. Doing this on 40 count mystery linen with the called for. I think it's all DMC, but maybe one or two over dyed, which is, you know, if you stitch any of her stuff, that's kind of what she does, which is fine. Like anybody that goes with DMC, I mean, there's nothing wrong with DMC. It's beautiful colors. And, you know, if you're not doing just some big giant house where you want to see that variegation and shading and whatnot, then why not, right? Can't be hating on our DMC and Ada because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just something different. So that's my only new start so far. Since we're into February, I do want to definitely start... I'll show it in my kit parade first up. Well, it might not be first up because they're not in any particular order. But I've had it for a while. Sweetheart Hill. I figured that met the theme of Valentine's. So here in the next week or so, I'll probably start that one. So there's that. My new start. Oh, like I said, I don't know if I said or not. It's 1/2, 40 count mystery fabric using the called for. Now I guess we'll do some whips. So I knocked out my Whip Go board call for January, and my heifer board calls for January pretty quickly. And then just dove right into my normal rotation with my weird little whip sticks where I write it out and I try to do X amount of stitches on it. And that's just my way of making certain I rotate my whips through and I'm seeing them at least every other month, depending on how quickly I get through them. Otherwise, I'm certain I would have all kinds of projects that would just get pushed to the back. Talking to you, inspiration. And I'd never see it again. So this way it forces me to get it worked on, get it done. So next up is always the one I struggle with, trying to find all the goodies for it. So bear with me. It's the Jeanette Douglas Seasons by the Sea, and I am on, I think, autumn. Yep, doing this one. And using all the pretty called for, and if you've heard me talk about this one before, it's just so many Krynics and silks with this super specific variegation. If you don't use it, if you don't use the floss packs for it, God bless you. You know, you're on your own. And I mean, if you got a huge amount of silks to pull from, you may have it all. That's totally fine. And these are all 4 seasons. They're put together into one. So I already had summer done. And here is fall. I think the last time you saw it, I had the border and maybe this. So I got the pumpkin and a little bit of the stuff done. It's very pretty. I will really appreciate it when it's done. I know on my whip parade I went through this. I don't think this one's going to get done this year. Definitely going to have autumn done and the next one started, but I doubt that the whole thing gets done this year. Just the way I think it'll go. And sometimes with this, it has a bunch of specialty stitches in it, and she does a really good job of going through them and showing them to you. It's not hard. It actually kind of goes pretty quickly once you get it going. If there's any criticism I have at all, is just the way the directions are written out. For every tiny little motif, you know, use this, use that, and trying to figure out exactly what thread you're supposed to be using. Because when you get the pack, of course, you know, the first thing you gotta do is sit there and pull them all apart and figure out what's what, kind of like a Mill Hill kit. So it's kind of a little bit of guesswork. They're not bad. It's just, you know, part of the challenge of it. It wouldn't keep me from suggesting it to anyone by any stretch, but it's you always gotta just go, yes, okay, I'm gonna work on this. Let's get it done, because it's not a hard stitch at all. And those that have been here with me, you've heard me say this before, so sorry for repeating myself. Next one up, I haven't worked on this one for a while. It's Brenda Gervais, Seasons of the Heart. I'm working on summer. It's the first one of this series I've worked on using all the colors, all the called for. This is all the colors for all the seasons. And here is my summer. Isn't it cute? I think I only had the roof and part of the house done the last time y'all saw it. Got all the little bee skipstone and this little guy with the flags. I think I'm not entirely certain. Again, if you've been here, you've heard me say it. I don't think I'm going to finish those into pillows. Probably do a flat finish, which means I need to figure out how to do that. Another goal this year, how to do different kinds of finishes. I was watching videos on framing the other day. The next step one to check out was a lady that like cuts down her thrifted frames to fit whatever she's working on. Because, you know, you can find all kinds of beautiful frames out there, but they might not quite fit. So I think she just deconstructs them and miter saws them up, and I'm like, I mean, I have all of that, and I've played with it before, so maybe she can help me out. God willing. Next up is Hawk Run. And this one is 36 count Legacy. Picture this plus. I think it was a Whip Go call. Got the middle block done. I've been working on this one. Since you saw it, most of that bottom is now done. The tree is done. The big tree is done. Now there's one more tree to go here. You've seen this, a lot of people are doing any hawk runs. They're so cool. Little mini full coverage everythings. She puts them in blocks for the most part, you know, I think just to keep your sanity, because it can be a lot. But a lot of, they're beautiful. Who doesn't like a good Halloween piece, right? Next up, again, there's another one. I'm a sucker for any country cottage needleworks goodies. This one's my Frosty Forest. It will get done here soon. Made a little progress. This one went to Ohio with me. I was able to get some of that snow done on the raccoon cottage there at the middle. Because I managed to get a little spot on the linen, because God only knows where that came from, but there it is. But that's all snow, so it's going to get stitched over. I got lucky on that one. But look at that, she's almost done. Yay! Good thing, because if you, or as you'll see here, I've got one of their Santa's Village projects, I think from a couple years ago, all kitted up. I'm excited to start that one. I don't know that I'm going to wait till Christmas on that one. And this one's using all the called for as I pull it out of the bag in a big giant mess. There's some DMC in there too. Isn't it great? Very tidy. Very tidy-hidey right there. Not. But anyways, hopefully that bad boy's going to be finished before summer. This was another Whip Go call, I believe. This is my Heaven and Earth Village bookstore. So cute. It's gonna be a lifetime project. Only a few colors of DMC. About 90 of them. And using the gridded fabric on this one. Look at that. Again, you can kind of tell it's a tree. And right up in here, where you can see I'm leaving off, is the beginning of that spire. Finally getting to something that isn't just blue. But you know, she's a big girl. My arms aren't long enough. But no, I think probably what I ended up doing, I got most of this row done. I mean, just all white. Or not white. Light blue. Like 3 different shades of light blue. Got that all finished up. I had tried doing just tent stitch, because once I switched to stitching in hand with this, at first it looked a lot more sloppy. You can kind of tell with the super close up. But didn't like the tent stitch. I don't know, be able to see that all right? Just because so much of it wasn't done in tent stitch, it stood out. So I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. So I went back and finished all those stitches up and kept on going. So she's also another either Whip Go or Heifer board this month. So she's gonna get some more love here in a little bit. And that's what I did with, because again, sorry about the nose. I think this one must be particularly fuzzy. Because I only had, I think, 16 or 17 active whips when I was putting the Whip Go and Heifer boards together. To fill in the extra blocks, I just put into my bigger projects so they would get some extra time, because they need it. This one, I mean, every time I pull this one out, I really enjoy stitching on it. So if any of you are looking at this and thinking, oh man, that looks a little intimidating, don't be. It's been so much fun so far. And this is Leela's Studio. Let Freedom Ring. Doing this on Fabric Flare script. And since you saw it last a couple, 3 weeks ago, got some trees started. This is the beginning of the building right here. It's got the trees, finished up this. So got rid of my extra fabric. I had added that on when I was, like over here, when I was doing this in a Q-snap, because I didn't have enough room, because as you can see on the back, I have very little room. Happy framing on that one. It's just because of the script. I want it to go this way, not that way. So, adventures and buying fabric online. But it'll work. She'll fit. And I'll try framing this one myself. But I think I got a year or so to wait on. Wait on that. Using all the called for. Overdyed. And it is, again, a 40 count script by Fabric Flare. See how long it takes before that pile slides over on me. And the last active whip I have played with is the Tiny Modernist Nevermore. This is what I was working on last night. And I'm always reminded, I could never do any stitching on black Aida or linen because, as I was discussing earlier, I mean, I had two glasses stacked on top of each other. My light, like, and I still was on the struggle bus. It was rough because I was doing all of this black stuff right here. That's what I did last night. But we're almost to the top. And I get to play with something other than black. You know, there's only 3 colors, black, white, and gray. But it's so cute. So, I dare say this is another one. Should be done this year. We'll find out. It's not that big. It goes pretty quickly once you finally sit down to work on it. There's that. Have to throw you in there. All right. So that's it for all my active whips. I do have a little bit of haul that you haven't already seen yet. When I was messing around on Etsy trying to find all the stickers and whatnot. Oh, I just happened to see some patterns I like. I know. Surprising. I haven't. Well, I have. Anything Crochet to Go-Go. Gosh, I love it. It's so pretty. And I want like all of it. I really do. But trying to pace myself and try not to buy all the, you know, winter in the city, spring in the city. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. But I already have plenty of big projects. So I thought, how about I just get a couple small ones. So this is Spring Basket. Isn't it adorable? With a cute little scissor fob. That's too cute. Not to be outdone by the winter basket. Same thing with a cute little winter fob. Scissor fob. So I was like, I'll just stop with 2. Look at that self-restraint. Yeah. Be impressed. And then this says Happy Mood Point Cross Stitch. Happy Mood Point Cross Stitch. That just sounds weird. And again, trying to squint and look at it. Anyways, I haven't done a monochromatic stitch, but I keep looking at them, and I've seen several done by Handwork Maniac that has one that I wrote all down. I think it was a long dog done with a DMC variegated that's just stunning. And so I always look at that, and then I see things like that. I'm like, maybe I could do this. So this is Quaker Sampler. And then you'd agonize over what color you actually pick, right? So those of you that do monochromatic, tell me how you choose. It's like, is it a blue? Is it a red? you do some sort of multicolored variegation with some of the you know, misdyed hanks that you can buy from various companies. You're like, that'd be kind of pretty. Whatever. Here's another one. Sampler oaks. These were like $2. So how can you not buy them? Right? Just add to cart. Print PDF. Add it to your stash. So like this one, it's 17 skeins. She used DMC 803, 17 skeins of it. And the first one was only 8 skein. And then last one was Sampler Flowers Feed the Soul. This one's 18 skeins. But wow, I thought they were just stunning. And the price was right. So I think that's it from a haul that you haven't already seen. Plans. Again, just continue with my whip-go and heifer board stuff. And here's my January, what my January planner looked like. Again, I just used the janky old 2-year Walmart planner. And sticker it up randomly. Write down what I work on, how many actual stitches of each. Anything highlighted as a start or a finish. The only big goal I was kind of working on, a lot of people doing 24 starts in 2024. I'm doing 24 starts and finishes, just to give myself half a chance. Because I know if I'm one of those, I know eventually I'll probably have 100,000 whips started. No need to encourage me on that. So, you know, set your goals low, attain them quickly, and coast, right? That's kind of that's how I've gotten through life so far. Seems to be working. So, 24 starts and finishes in 2024. Look at that. I've already got 4 of them. I'm rolling right along. So, instant gratification. So that's it for plans. Just keep doing what I do. Whip go and heifer board and finish what you can. So now on to the main event. Here's my kit parade. Again, a lot of these you've seen. From not necessarily for me, of course, because I've not started them yet. But if you watch Flosstube, of course, across the board like I do, and I assume you do since you're listening to me drone on, you've seen plenty of other people working on these. So, up next is Plum Street. I have a lot of Plum Street. I got a lot of Brin de Gervais. I got a lot of Rosewood Manor. I mean, we love what we love, right? Live on little, or some people call it live on large, because she a big girl. Oh my gosh, the nose. The nose. Let's see. Might be mystery fabric. I don't have cards made for these. Oh, wait, no. This is a 36 count, so bear with me. I use the little Tiger Lily project cards. This is 36 count heirloom by Needle Bling. Ta-da! That's all the called for goodies. Again, some of these you're going to see I've got the threads, others not so much. But since this one is a lot of full coverage with a darling little border around it, I doubt the fabric means a whole lot on that one. But live on little. So if anybody has any preference, I will take any hints, suggestions, whatever, on which I should start next, other than, like I said, wherever Sweetheart Hill might be hiding in this mess will be the next one, just because it's my Valentine's start. Here she is. Oh, nope, I lied. Helps when they're actually facing you. You're not it. You're not it. Wish I could sing. I would entertain you with a song. While I look for this. There it is. Those about to go all old school Saturday Night Live on you. Remember Coffee Talk? When she gets all verklempt. The Holy Roman Empire is neither holy nor Roman. Discuss. Remember that one? Back when Saturday Night Live was funny. Yeah, those were the days. Anyways, next up. Sweetheart Hill by Plum Street. There's my Valentine start. Using some 32 count flax. All the pretty colorful. Who doesn't like all the pretty pinks? Oh, you know the other thing I found? Again, this will be in the next video. If you've seen all my videos and actually remember parts of them, I don't remember which one it was, but I did mention that my Aunt Angie always, she did all kinds of stuff. God bless her. She was super crafty. She made Barbie doll clothes for all of us, all the girls on, you know, the cousins, the first cousins there. These were like 70s stuff, but we all had a wedding dress. We had some pantsuits and other little dresses. I mean, we were living large, all right? But she also did the decorated Easter eggs. So like actual eggs that she blew out the actual egg and then decorated, and we hung on a tree. So again, as we were cleaning out the house, I knew I had some of them, but then I brought home the rest. So as we get closer to Easter, I'm going to attempt to put up an Easter egg tree. So I'm going to try to have it somewhere behind me so y'all can see it, and maybe I'll show you a close-up on some of them, assuming they've all survived, or at least most of them have. The work on them is just beautiful. I mean, we're talking beads and all the things. Just impressive. So, here you go, a little tease for the next video. Not cross-stitch, but whatever. Alright, next up in our kit parade. Look at that, another Plum Street. Well, I've said it before. I can spot a Plum Street from 50 paces. And there's very few of them I wouldn't stitch. Anyways, this is the Wool and Flax Company. I just thought that was adorable. Little Bo Peep. Our big fluffy sheep. This looks like it might be a spring start too. I mean, maybe Mania. I'm going to do this on 32 count platinum. And I made a list. Put it that way. A list means it's halfway there, right? If you have made a list, it's on the radar. Oh yeah, here we go. Marianne Kopp. I'm sure you've seen this one a lot. Rita Gervais. Again, the borders. This one I'm going to do on platinum. What is this, 32 count? Yeah, 32 count. I don't know if you saw this. This is one of the project bags I bought from one of the girls in my local stitching group. I know she does baskets too. I need to ask her. I'm sure she probably does have an Etsy store. Shame on me. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to... Sarah, if you're watching, tell me in the comments if I think it was Carla made these. Isn't that pretty? Just beautiful. I love the little blue ones. She has an Etsy store. I will put it on here so people know. This one might be sooner rather than later. I looked for this thing up and down. Finally found it when we were in Alabama last July. Dreaming of Mums. Gosh, those colors. Just dreaming of roses and irises and... But those colors. I'm going to use Fiber on a Whim. It's Milk and Honey. I believe I got all the fiber there. I don't have it on a ring yet, so sorry for the mess. Look at all those pretty colors. I love this one. I'm sure it doesn't show. But I would love, 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 love this one. And you know, I'm not a big mom fan. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm sure y'all knew that. Moving right along. Ah, yes. This one's gorgeous. And again, maybe someone else can help me on this. You have to belong to some group on Facebook, but I never wrote it down because I'm silly. And then you could buy it through them. And it's, what is it? Mary Gibson, Whilst Iris Naps. Did I get it from Hobby House? Maybe? Yeah. Yes. Yep. Feel like I'm just talking to myself. Duh. Bought from Hobby House. And I bought their, this is a 46 count Thornfield needle and flax. It was the called for. And then they give you the nice little baggie of all the Choix d'Alger, whatever silks to go with it. And they give you the beautiful little floss charm. It's so pretty. Guess I just need to hit the lottery and then invite people over to stitch with me every day. And then maybe have some really cute houseboy service luncheon and tea on the veranda that I don't have. We can settle for the screen porch over here. That's comfortable. It's good life. Come join me in my little daydream. Well, we all gotta have it, right? All right, here's another, I don't think I've ever shown it. Because again, I'm not working on it yet. But it's another Teresa Kogut. And this is the one she did for Craft Gallery in Finley. In his image. And the first time I walked in there, she had it because the owner there does, I think, all of Teresa's framing and a lot of people's framing. I just saw Just Keep Stitching, Pam and Steph, and they were talking about trying to get up to Finley so they had a bunch of stuff for them to frame for them. Gosh, words. Blah, blah, blah. Mush mouth. Anyways, this is the called for 40 count by XJU. What is it? Aged Hazelnut. It's beautiful. And I believe it's all DMC. I do not have it kitted up. Wait. No. Typical Teresa Kogut. DMC with a couple overdyed. Just stunning. There we go. It's Paula and Carlton at the Craft Gallery. So there's their information. If you want to call them, you can purchase it through them. They couldn't be nicer human beings. Wonderful to work with. All their staff, every time I've gone there, go out of their way to help you. It's a beautiful little store. If you're ever even remotely close to Findlay, Ohio, which is in northwest Ohio, about 30 minutes south of Toledo-ish, right there on 71, off of 71. Go check them out. Is it 71? No, 23. Whatever. Findlay. It's wonderful. Stop by the Craft Gallery. Or like I said, they will send it to you. They will ship it to you. Or they will hold it for you if you are going to stop by. Next up, Bygone Stitches, One Nation. A friend of mine started this years and years and years ago. easily 10 years ago. This is an old copyright 2010. This is an old pattern. Yeah, not that old. It's not as old as me. Anyways, some 40 count country mocha. This one's maybe, because I thought what I would do with this one is I bought some Mill Hill beads. So I can get my hands on them. I thought it would be interesting on these. I already have floss. Didn't pull all of it out here. I believe these are the called for classics. And I got red, white, and blue Mill Hill. Because on this, pardon me, look really closely. Hairball. That would be neat if you could put maybe white on those little white centers of the stars. Maybe embellish some of the blue around it as well in these little centers. And then the red in between the states' names. Not entirely certain. And therefore the 40 count might be a little too small for this to do Mill Hill beads, even the seed beads. So it might switch to a 36 or a 32. Still up in the air on that. Only because I have to figure out the bead situation. Hang on just a second. So that's a tentative, and if not, you know, country mocha goes well with anything. So I'll use it for something else. But I was trying not to have a big giant flag on the wall. So it kind of depends on, is my heart set on doing the beads or not? So since that's more of a patriotic stitch, might wait till July, and we'll see what happens. Next up, I found this one when I was in Columbus. I totally forget the name of the shop. There. Because I'm a horrible person. If you go back and watch my sister trip video, I might have it there. This is the Emerald Mermaid. Mirabilia. Again, one of those deals where you see the pattern. I mean, who doesn't like the fancy ladies? But they had the sample, or a finished piece up on the wall. It was stunning. It was stunning. So when I was at Craft Gallery this last time, I was looking for fabric for it. And went with, we'll see once I get floss tossed up against it, because I didn't buy that yet. I got a fat quarter of Fox and Rabbit. Lyrebird Dell. I can't read the writing, I'm sorry. It's a beautiful color. So, we'll see. We'll see once I get the floss. But, I mean, like I said, that was already on something fairly dark. Oh, wait. Cross My Heart. There it is. There's the name of it. Cross My Heart and Columbus. But, yeah. So, I like the fancy ladies. They're beautiful. I was gonna say, I have one finished. She's just still in the closet. I need to get her on the wall somewhere. That is something else you'll see in my next one. The cross stitch that I did for my mom 100 years ago. It's a bunch of little Santas all sitting together. And then I had started a P. Buckley Moss ice skater cross stitch. And true to form, just like this one, I started that one. And Mom finished it for me. She finished the P. Buckley Moss one as well. So, and it was hanging in the house forever. So I brought it home. Holly, my sister, is like, well, you know, you're more the cross-stitch person than me. And then for any of you that are in the area, or if you just know P. Buckley Moss, you know, she's up in the Waynesboro area of Virginia is where she lives. And just does some stunning stuff. So she does a lot of Virginia-based stuff in her pictures, and just because this is sitting right here, I'll pull it out for you. I bought this for my mom. It's Spring Hill Park, I believe. Yes. I'm like, Lake Spring Park. I lied. And this is right here in Salem, Virginia, where I live. And you can always go and see, it's the duck pond, otherwise known as the duck pond. But she had signed it and whatnot, so I had it. Actually, Dad framed it. Dad's Adventures in Framing, but I mean, it's just beautiful. Can't not love P. Buckley Moss. Gorgeous stuff. And for those of you, normally, if you're not entirely certain who it is, you'll see she has a lot of the Amish prints. We see the little Amish kids running around or whatever. Just beautiful, beautiful work. Anyways, I digress. You know me. Squirrel. Next up, another Plum Street. The Gathering. Another big one. She loves her, she likes to make you think it's not full coverage. But it mostly is. So, if I'm feeling it in the fall, I might start this one. I'm going to do it on a 32 count platinum. Got this from Southern Stitchers Co. And she has Etsy as well as an LNS down in Brookneal, Virginia. Going with the called for. I know a lot of people say they're seasonal stitchers. I don't know if I am or not. Like I said, because you know, once you start them, then you work on them all the time, so it doesn't really matter. This one might be, if I can keep my hands off of it, this one might be my birthday stitch or my birthday start this year. I love it. Love it. And you're like, shut up and show us what it is. Bluebirds and Bluebells. Pansy Patch. Look at that thing. Isn't she gorgeous? I just love the colors. And of course, you know me, the border sucked me in. And who doesn't like bluebirds? I don't have the floss yet, but there we go. Oh. And looks like I have 36 count Winter Moon in store for that one. Shannon Christine Designs. I really like her. I put it on my list. I write down, I have a little list of enabled projects when I'm watching Flosstube. And then further in the back, I have a much bigger list of what I want. Things. I just put them in my planner as I see other people talking about them. And of course, now I can't find it, so I'm not going to waste your time. You know, that's why we watch Flosstube, right? See what everybody else is doing and go, ooh, I've not seen that before. So this one is Morning Glory. Can't speak. Morning Glory Manor. Shannon Christine Designs. Got some mystery fabric for that. I wanted to go a little bit darker just so, you know, that white will show up nicely. It's so easy to get washed out. And then sometimes you want it to be washed out because, you know, you've heard me complain about, oh, this is Newcastle. 40 count Newcastle. Raw. Sorry. Trying to read her writing. I can't, teeny tiny. You tell me, whatever you think that is, that's what I'm stitching it on. So, you've heard me complain about white. That's. I thought twice. I'm like, do I really want that big white house where I got to see my horrible white stitching? And it's somewhat validating to hear other people complain about their white stitches too. So I'm not the only Helen Keller out there stitching white. Because you look at it, you're like, good God, I've never done this in my life. And it just looks like crap. But you're not alone. Mine don't look any better, friends. Willow Hill Samplings, Land of the Free. I've had this one for a good long time. I almost can't wait to see it so I can see it up close. This picture's kind of leaves something to be desired. Clearly it was enough for me to buy it, so can't be but so bad. Do I know what the fabric is? Mystery fabric. But, again, uh-oh. Competition for the patriotic start. Will it be this one? Will it be the flag? Stand by as we roll on. Some Little House Needleworks, Elizabeth Hancock sampler. I've seen several people working on this one too. Very pretty, simple. Of course, I say that now. I know it's 32 count. Don't really know what that is. This kind of looks like a vintage country mocha, but it's not written on there. Oh yeah, here we go. Like I told you. This is I mean, it's not Country Cottage Works, Needleworks, but it's the Pansy Patch, did I say that right? Peppermint Lane, is it Peppermint Lane? Pumpkin Lane series. All the little autumn houses. Not to be confused with the Peppermint Lane series. Very similar. Both very cute. So this is 12 Little Houses. Fall themed. Got the pretty little border that runs through it. I'll probably do 3/4 maybe. You know, I'd rather do them in the whole big sampler. I could change my mind. It's been known to happen. Some 40 count summer khaki for these. We'll see. Again, might could be a fall start. Might could not. Y'all tell me, which ones are singing to you? Say, oh, Heidi, I think you need to start this one soon. I'm all about getting some votes. I might take pictures of all of them and throw them on the old Instagram. It's pretty colors coming up. Here's my Country Cottage Needleworks. These are so cute. This is the Santa's Village. Again, it's the borders that suck me in. That little holly and then the peppermint stripe. Oh. When you see them all put together, they're so cute. And I got all the little doofloppies. Buttons. Going for 36 count platinum for this one. We'll see. I might want to darken that up. There's so much white on it. If anyone stitched that yet, let me know. That one might be up in the air. Might do some flip-flopping with the fabric on that one. We're getting there. We're almost done. Yay, Kit Parades, another Plum Street Equity Sampler. I've had this one for a good bit too. Another good summer start. This one, 32 count flax. Again, I've got the list. It's as good as done. I've got the list. There's another bag Mom made. I bought this one last year. Like a bunch of y'all did. A tisket, a tasket. And the smalls on this are really cute too. Get the fabric out of the way, I'll show you their back. Cute little scissor fobs or whatnot. Just beautiful little stitch. Gonna do 40 count platinum with that one. Do not have the floss, but it doesn't look like there's but maybe 5 colors. Because my nose is so big, that must be it. This one is Annie B's Folk Art, American Sampler House. I've had this one for a while too. So pretty. Mystery Fabric Blue. All kinds of competition for the patriotic start. I just bought this one not too long ago. Again, rosewood. Karen does some gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Was that Cornwall? Yep, Cornwall Cottage Sampler. Just beautiful. Kind of Quakery. That's beautiful. I'm gonna do fog, 40 count fog. Picture this plus with that. She might not be quite as big as I think. I don't know. At least, I don't know, that basket. We'll see. Stunning. Last, but not least. And I get to put all this away. Elizabeth Hunt, Brenda Gervais. Just beautiful. And this one is, got this when I was at the retreat, because I see the barefoot needle art. Is it Legionnaire? R&R. Legionnaire Latte. I don't know how you say that word. Isn't that not just like screams, stitch a sampler on me? Okay, I will. Twist my arm. So there you go. What do you think? Did any of them stand out more to you than others? If you follow me on Instagram, maybe later today or tomorrow, I will have pictures of my top 10, maybe? Let's see what else we're going to do. Again, Sweetheart Hill's up next. Oh my gosh. 5 it's like... Stand by, I'm losing my mind. Anyways, follow me on Instagram. Look there and you can vote, or just say you're weird and you probably should pay me for watching you. But anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful week. It's sunny here today, and I think it's supposed to be sunny and crawling into spring. I'm glad to see it. I hope to be back in a couple weeks. Not this weekend, but next weekend I'll be in Ohio again, hopefully finishing up the house. And so probably next video is going to be after that. So I hope to see you in a couple weeks. Y'all take care.